everybody, what's up? Today's Saturday, April 8th. It's about 5 minutes to 9 o'clock in the morning. Today, I'm incredibly excited because I'm talking about a topic that Jenny actually brought to my attention. Yesterday, if you haven't already watched, I talked about the who, what, where, and why of talking. But today, I'm going to teach you how to talk to people. Now, let me start by saying this. Just because I'm teaching you how to do it doesn't mean that my way is the right way. My plan is to show you what has worked for me, and hopefully that helps you. I'm incredibly excited for this, but before I jump into it, I have an appointment at 9 o'clock at Mitzi's Table. Never been, but I've heard of it before. It's like a brunch place in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. All I know about it is it's next to the courthouse where I took care of my speeding tickets, so looking forward to it. I hear you, bro. That's cool. Dude, thanks for everything, man. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for breakfast.
Dude.
I'll be in contact.
Dude, we will, man. 100%. Drive safe, brother. I'll see you soon. That was awesome. So that is actually a new friend of mine by the name of TJ. We actually met him through Faith Church. Got an awesome wife named Haley. But either way, I have to head back to Bangor. Got to pick up Jenny. We have a tax appointment this morning. It's kind of annoying, but that's what you got to do when you become an adult, I guess. Alright, so that was painless. We have a guy by the name of Chip who helps us out with our taxes. He actually helped my dad out originally, and then my dad ended up introducing me to him, and then when I opened my small business with Jenny and Paul, then we ended up going to him for that. So then he ended up doing our personal taxes, and he's just a great guy. He's like in ministry and stuff, and he plays a really cool Celtic flute. And he made taxes a little less scary than they sound, so.
We still owe the feds.
Yeah, we owe the feds right now. We're like wanted men.
I'm a woman.
Alright, so I saw TJ, that went great. We got our taxes done, that also went great. Jenny and I went to Chick-fil-A, that was a date, so I didn't include that in the vlog today, but I promise you it was great. Now, Jenny and I are back home. It's about 4:30 in the afternoon. So first of all, yesterday we went over the who, the what, the where, and the why of talking. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about yesterday's episode. I'll definitely link it below. Now today's episode is all about the how. So this is a very simple acronym that I was taught when I was about 19, 20 years old, and it was the first time I was in business, and they told me to learn this acronym so that it was very easy for me to talk to people. Okay, so first letter of the acronym, form. You want to ask about family. Questions along the lines of like, where are you from? Where do you live? Where's your family from? Those kinds of questions are what should fall under the first question, which is when you're speaking to somebody new, it's nice to know where they're from, where their family's from, that kind of stuff. Okay, letter number 2, which stands for occupation. Ask them what they do. You know, where do you work? How long you been doing that for? Do you like it? Do you like who you work with? That kind of stuff. Very simple questions about where they work and what they do for a living. All right, letter number 3, R, which stands for recreation. So you want to talk to people about what they do for fun, what they like to do, like what do they enjoy to do in their free time. And number 4, the last letter of our acronym here, M, which stands for motivation. See, you want to ask them what drives them. What motivates them? What gets them out of bed? And if they're doing something that they don't love in life, what's the dream job? What's the dream career? What's the dream business? What could you do if you had nothing holding you back? What would you do? This last one can be a lot of fun. So this is a simple formula that has allowed me to really guide me through a lot of my conversations with people. Now, if you're scared to talk to people, if you're nervous, if you're not sure what to say, if you're thinking about different things of what they may be thinking of you, I actually have my beautiful fiance with me today who happens to be very much the opposite of me. I'm not afraid to talk to really anybody, but Jenny happens to be quite afraid of talking to people. So what I want to do is have Jenny explain some of the issues that she deals with, things that she thinks about, stuff that makes her nervous when talking to people. And what I want to do is give her a solution. In other words, give you guys a solution, something that you probably deal with just like she does. And hopefully that helps you. Jenny?
Yeah?
Yeah. So anyway, so what is something that you would say is the biggest concern or the biggest hardship when in a social situation or talking to somebody?
I think I'm concerned about what I look like to the other person and what they think of me. And I get really insecure about my face, acne, or sometimes I'll have lipstick, smudge, just over here, and I want them to focus on what I'm saying and not how I look, but I'm concerned with how I look sometimes and how they perceive me. So that's a big one.
And I have a feeling that you're not alone with that. There's probably a lot of people out there that deal with the same thing. My suggestion to those people who think that way and who feel that way would be to focus a little bit less on you and what you look like, what you sound like, what you're doing, and focus a little bit more on the other person, or at least try your best to focus on the other person and really intently listen to what it is they're saying. It's easier said than done. In the end, you're actually going to enjoy the conversation more if you're focused on the other person rather than on what you're doing.
And I think another one for me is looking people in the eye. I think that also stems from insecurity. I don't know why it's scary though. If you really think about it.
It shouldn't be, but I understand how it can be. I think the best thing to do in that kind of a situation is to jump in the fire. In other words, what you're scared of, do it. If you end up doing what it is you're scared of, there's going to come a point where you conquer that fear. Looking someone in the eye really lets them know that you're real, that you're really listening, that you really care. I would try it. See how it works for you.
Another scary thing is knowing how to end a conversation.
Oh, yeah.
That can get real awkward real fast. Where you're like, yeah.
If you can learn how to end a conversation politely and either just like let them know different things. You can say, hey, listen, it's been great to see you, or hey, listen, have a great week, or even let them know, honestly, like, hey, listen, I have somewhere I need to be, or I have somebody who's waiting for me, or, I need to take this phone call, I apologize. And I think practice will make that perfect over time. So, with that being said, I definitely would use this as a guide, but also the 3 main points that Jenny brought up. But I do hope this helped. Talk to you soon. I just had to.